Where are we going, babe?
Will you coming back? Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know that. You're the traveling kind. It's a known fact. Yeah, I know that. Once you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me. Once you've traveled the world, all the spaces inside your heart, I hope I'll be your end destination. I hope I'll be your life-changing sunset.
Okay, hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Oh my gosh, this is the second time we're filming this video. We tried yesterday, the clip just got deleted. I don't know how.
We lost an hour of our life.
Yeah, actually this video was about like our trip to South Africa, so we wanted to tell you guys all about our trip, and it's been a week since we've been back. So we're gonna start from the day we left the US to South Africa. Babe, I know you're good at telling this story about our flights. You want to tell them what
This is
happened?
so awkward for me because we already told this story once.
I know.
I don't even know how to give you guys the same emotion I had the first time.
Oh yeah, yesterday when he told this story, he was so excited. You can tell he couldn't wait to share with you guys, but now we have to do it again. And
It's okay.
yeah,
Where were we? Where did we start?
like our flights from here to South Africa.
So for starters, I don't recommend anyone taking a trip internationally unless you're going to pay for the business class. I know that's a huge reach. It's expensive. Even for us, that's expensive. But trust me when I say business class is the way to go. The last thing you want to be is scrunched up somewhere for 26, 27 hours. That's what happened for us. Our first flight was supposed to be a total of, I think, 25 or 26 hours.
Yeah.
But because of delays and missing the flight in the connecting country before you get to South Africa, we ended up getting delayed like an additional 16 hours. So on top of already leaving JFK late, when we get to Doha, which was the connecting country before you get to Johannesburg, man, what a stress. I can't even say it anymore. we just, like, a huge waste of time because of an hour and 50-minute delay.
Yeah, and we were actually supposed to get there on Monday. We ended up getting
to South Africa
on Tuesday,
which kind of pushed some of our plans and like our resting time down, because there was so much with the trip to South Africa. There was, on top of me going to do the Lobola stuff, and then she had a ceremony for Umemulo, and like in general she hasn't seen her family in such a long time, so you had to fit like the bonding point with so many people. Her family's huge.
Yeah.
And not to mention like it's also my first time somewhere, so I'm trying to like soak everything in while also going through so many like not hurdles, but like different things that pertain to her culture. So it was overwhelming in a good way.
Yeah.
That's why there wasn't as much vlogging. So there would be some stuff from her ceremony, but as far as the daily vlogging while we were there, it's kind of hard because we had to plan around so many people.
Yeah, because basically our trip, as much as I was going to see my family, there was a lot of like important stuff that were planned for that trip. Like he said, he was going to pay the Lobola, and my parents were planning to do Umemulo for me. If you don't know, Umemulo is the coming of age ceremony. The parents would do Umemulo when you're turning 21, but unfortunately around the time they were planning to do it for me, it was when I was planning to come here. But because now I was coming home and it's something they wanted to do for me, so this was the chance for them to do it. So that's why we ended up having a lot of things that we wanted to do in a short amount of time. It just made everything so tight. So it was a lot. So we got there on Tuesday, and then my parents came to the airport to meet us at the airport. It was so nice to meet them. And like, how did you feel, babe, meeting my family for the first time?
I wasn't scared or anything like that because like on the back end I've been talking to some of your family members for probably like 2 years now,
Yeah.
like through WhatsApp and stuff. So what was funny about it was the airport situation and us being late, it ruined our rental like negotiations and we had to get another car. So in the midst of like trying to figure out how we're gonna get the proper rental to get out of there, your family was walking behind you. You were facing me and my dad when we were talking, and all I remember is saying like, "Oh, your family's here. Your family's here." And my dad's like, "How do you even know that?" It's like I don't forget people's faces, and all I need is someone's eyes to know who's there.
Yeah.
And everyone had their mask on, so you know that's why everyone was shocked. Like, how did you know it was them?
I was also surprised.
I don't forget faces.
I was surprised because there was a lot of people walking around, and he just told me like, "Here's your family, your family." I was like, "How do you know? It's a lot of people here." And then when I turned, it was really them.
In that
That's
moment,
crazy.
I was bummed out though because, like, I knew they were on the way. I didn't know they were that close.
Yeah.
And my plan was to situate the stuff with the rental so that I can record that moment from my perspective. I mean, there is going to be footage of them doing it because they were smart enough to do it. But they caught me off guard so bad at that point where, like, I just, like, kind of froze up and was like, oh, this is her and her mom's and her family's moment. Like, let them live in that. That's why I didn't, like, push recording in that time.
Yeah.
I wanted to, but when the moment passed, I also didn't care because to me it was more important for you to engage with your family that you hadn't seen in almost 6 years.
Yeah, and also I understand that you were meeting them for the first time, and you also wanted to be like fully there without like the camera around, you know.
Right.
So yeah, it was really nice to see them.
Figure this out. I've been losing sleep and it won't get better. I can't get my mind off of you. Days go by and I can't help but wonder if you think about me too. Don't you just hate it, being away from someone you just wanna hold on to? It's driving me crazy, tired of waiting. I really hate being away from you. We're like everyone else, we have our ups and downs. It is not just one mistake that made you think about what life can be like without me in it. I still thought it'd be you and I until we die. But I'll give you the space so you can figure this out. I've been losing sleep and it won't get better. I can't get my mind off of you. Days go by and I can't help but wonder if you think about me too. Don't you just hate it, being away from someone you just wanna hold on to? It's driving me crazy, tired of waiting. I really hate being away from you. Don't you just hate it, being away from someone you just wanna hold on to? It's driving me crazy.
And then on Thursday, then it was the Lobola day, and everything went so well. Like
It
how
went
did you feel?
it went more than well because going into this, like I had seen pictures of your grandfather, which is the elder person that I was giving the you know, having the negotiation with,
Yeah.
and his brothers, right? And I just thought that because the mentality over here in the States is like, you go to a foreign country, people are gonna kind of be hard on you, like, oh, who does this American think he is coming here? It wasn't like that at all. We actually bonded really well with all of your family, especially him.
Yeah.
There was a part like on the way, you know, getting ready to come home, where we sat with him and he was even trying to speak English.
Yeah, it was really beautiful. Like my family welcomed them so well. It was a really beautiful day.
The reason why it was a beautiful experience on my like from our point of view, because you weren't with us in the morning, you were with
Yeah.
your family. That's how your culture is. The females are with their family when the male is going to present themselves to the family and give their spiel about why they deserve this woman.
Yeah.
And it because we're not Zulu, we had representatives. What's the word in Zulu?
Abakongi.
And the two gentlemen who represented us treated us like family, and that was emotional for me and my dad, in a sense. Like, we're two strangers basically at this point to them. We had never met them, and this was your best friend's brother and uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And they treated us like brothers the whole time. Like they treated us like their blood family. And like we were trying to tell them, that's not even a treatment that you get. I don't even know my neighbor here at home, their name. I don't even know a few of the neighbors. We live somewhere where we should be able to engage with people. Sometimes we can't. Like, that's just not the culture here.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know you, you're not my family or friend, so stay out of my business here. But in South Africa, it's like, oh, you're the husband of Tando and we're the neighbor. Like, like there's so much love in that aspect, and it was eye-opening even for my dad. I know it was.
Yeah.
And
so for me, it was important that I find somebody who I really trusted, especially to help with the Lobola part. So I was able to talk to my best friend's brother and her uncle to help me with the whole process, and just take them, especially my husband coming from America. They've never experienced the Lobola, so they don't even know what you do when you're going to pay the Lobola. So I had to find somebody who know everything about the Lobola, who is going to treat them well, somebody who I trusted that is more like my family. I knew that he was going to be, welcoming and just treating them right. So that's how they really treated them.
And they did everything like by the Zulu book.
Yeah.
Like, they did the Zulu culture justice, because there were points where they would have done, if you were a Zulu man going to a Zulu family, things would have gone a specific way, and they would have treated them a certain way. And your family didn't treat us that way, but they had us mentally prepared for that part where, like, we might be standing at the family's gate for a while until they, play ball and actually allow you to come onto their land. Like,
yeah.
Me and my dad had in our head that we were going to be out there for a while. And your family, they didn't allow that at all. Like,
yeah, because they were
immediate.
trying to be like easy on them, because they understand like they're coming from a different culture, and as much as we Zulu, and not everything has to be done in a like Zulu way, because this is two families coming together, so we have to understand that one part is not Zulu. So
we definitely felt that, like, even though this time around when we went on this trip it was just me and my dad, but like, you guys made us feel like family. And this wasn't like a biased thing like home, where you would tell your friend before you're meeting someone, like, hey, play it cool, like, just make them feel wanted. No, half the time she wasn't even there when people were introducing themselves and giving us love. Like, it was overwhelming in a good way. And like, the culture is just beautiful. The way people are treated, especially being foreigners in that situation. Like, we were the foreigners this time. This time it wasn't you. And
like, I knew with my family, as much as I wasn't around them most of the time, because for the Lobola, for Umemulo, I had to be with my family most of the time. But my family would always check up on them. My best friend's brother was always checking up on them and just going to see if they need anything. Everybody was just so supportive and just wanted them to feel at home and not feel like I just got there and I left them alone. So it was really nice.
And this is the build up to Umemulo, which is the Sunday after. So a couple days you weren't with us, so me and Dad are kind of just like, whatever, we'll just adventure South Africa on our own. And South Africa is a beautiful place to be. For the people, for the beauty of the landscape itself. The vegetation is beautiful, and just the whole experience. The only thing that drove me nuts, and probably my dad, was that everything closed early as heck.
Even me, it was driving me crazy. I even forgot how early South
You got
Africa
last
closes
minute
places.
shopping in South Africa?
Yeah.
No, you better wait until the next day because it's not happening. There's no late minute means you can maybe go to a gas station and find something small. You're not gonna find a store open after like maybe 8 p.m.
Yeah, that was really also driving me crazy. Yeah, so then after the Lobola, I had to stay in the house for a few days for Umemulo. If you Zulu or if you're South African, you know that if you are preparing for Umemulo, the women have to stay in the house for certain days and then come out of the house on the day of the event. So that's what we did. And then Umemulo was really beautiful, and we're still waiting for the video from the photographer. So I don't know when we're gonna get it. Maybe it will be up after this video or before this video. We're still waiting for that. You guys gonna see it.
It was a beautiful experience. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about like how that day went, and my nerves were on fire because I had to dance and no one was teaching me like how a male Zulu man would dance. So you'll see in the video I ended up dancing like a baby the whole time, but that's
it was
only
okay.
it was okay because you don't really know the culture. It's okay. So I got a pass, but I didn't want to pass. I wanted to be impressive.
But the fact that you even did it, because if it was someone else, they would have said like, I'm not Zulu, so I don't have to do this because I don't know what to do.
Well, that's the thing too, that the amount of respect that people were throwing at me for being a foreigner who would go all the way to, I didn't think of it this way when we were like on our way. That's not how I thought of it, but the way they were saying it made sense and it made me feel good, because like to think that they look at these foreigners like, you don't have to pay the respect to the Zulu culture, but you did anyways, and you flew 36 plus miles to get to South Africa to do it for you. And and someone asked, they're like how do you do that? It's like for love. Like, I love this woman and that's her culture. So from the beginning, the bar was to respect your culture from, whatever comes with it. As long as no one's getting hurt, why not?
Yeah, so my family was very appreciative of that. So it just made everything beautiful. As much as he didn't know like what to do, he was trying his best, and it made the experience more beautiful.
It's okay. It's good content.
Yeah, and then I know like Umemulo Day, like it went so beautiful, and it's not just only because I planned it or my family planned it, but also because of the people who were helping us, from the photographer, the decoration, the catering,
the DJ.
Those people were very, very like professional, and they made things easy for me because I was so stressed just thinking about like planning the whole ceremony. But they made things easy for me. I was just telling them like, this is how I would like things to be and this is what I need, and they would just do and go beyond what I expected, and I really appreciate them. So I will leave all the details down below, and just, you guys, if you need somebody, you just reach out to them. So what did you think about the ceremony?
Well, they'll see, because that question was asked to me.
Oh yeah.
So like, there's no point in me answering that now. You're just gonna have to watch that bigger video.
Yeah, because before going to South Africa, he was always on YouTube watching videos of Umemulo.
I've seen like 12 different Umemulo videos.
But was it what you expected based on the videos you've watched?
I mean, I can't say, because like none of them had a foreign husband in there. I got an idea of how it was celebrated from the Zulu person, the female that was having the ceremony, or the few of the girls who were having the ceremony. But
and also
a lot of them weren't married.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Like, also remember that you're doing something now that you should have had done when you were 21. But here we are, 28, and now we're doing it.
So yeah, and we were really tired. Because I remember after that Sunday, we had plans, because my father-in-law was supposed to leave a few days after. So we had plans to explore before he leaves. So we were just so tired. Then the Monday after Umemulo, we went to Durban.
Hi.
We went to Durban because we wanted to see like different places. So but because of how tired we were, we went there late, and by the time we got there it was like around 4 p.m. and places were closed already, and the only place we were able to go to was Ushaga Marine. We were only able to see the aquarium. So what
But
did you
hold
think?
on, that's not. She's saying aquarium like the aquariums like are like that everywhere. No, this was a massive aquarium inside. I don't know if it was an actual boat or like a replica of one, like a shipping boat. It was huge. The aquarium was massive,
Yeah.
and even my dad was super impressed. Someone who is like a connoisseur of aquariums. My dad likes that aquarium. He's into the sea life thing, and like you saw his reaction the
Oh
whole
yeah,
time. The
he
place,
really enjoyed it.
I'm sure we'll have clips of that place too because I recorded some of it. But that place was massive. It was really nice.
Yeah, so we really enjoyed it, even though that was the only thing we were able to see. It was okay. We enjoyed it. And then on Tuesday, we went to the safari. We went to Hluhluwe Game Reserve because we wanted to see the animals before he leaves.
Tuba tuba.
It's in Hluhluwe, but you pass Ntuba. Yeah, so that's funny that you still remember Ntuba.
South Africa's my new home.
Yeah. And then what did you think of the game reserve?
First of all, that was another overwhelming experience. Like when you hear safari here at home, you think of like, oh look, there's a cute little park, and you drive through it, and maybe you're doing that for an hour. Sometimes you feed a camel or something, some little animal. No, this is a massive reserve, like to the point where like as far as your eye can see is nothing but nature. There's no power lines, no one's homes are there. And even the guy, his name is Beggy, I believe.
Yeah.
Or Baggy.
Baggy.
He said if you look over a certain place and you look as far as you can see, that's all part of the reserve.
Yeah.
That blew my mind because that was the most amount of land I've seen with my own eyes, and to think that like all of that is filled with just wildlife, from elephants and giraffes, rhinos, the fast food impala all over the place. Yeah, it was just a beautiful experience, and we'll have clips of that too.
Yeah, we have some clips of like the animals we were able to see. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the lion. I know my father-in-law wanted to see the
lions
lion.
were hiding the whole time.
Yeah, and also that day in the morning, as soon as we started our drive, it just started raining.
Yeah,
so
the day
a lot
started
of
raining.
yeah, a lot of animals were not coming out, but we were able to see some of the animals.
But the sunrise that we saw on the way there was
that was
spectacular.
crazy. It was. Yeah, so we enjoyed the safari, and then after that we went to San Lucia for the boats. We went to see the
This is the
hippos.
last piece of the safari. The safari
Yeah.
was like a total of 8 hours or something. It ended up being a little longer than that.
You think so?
Yeah, but the day that's what blew my mind. Is like when you go to a safari and on probably anywhere in Africa, you're probably gonna be in for like a full day's worth of stuff. It's not like the little dinky safaris you have at home. Like they have a safari at Six Flags.
Yeah.
Safari. You drive through this thing for like maybe half an hour to an hour, and you do see like some wild animals like baboons and stuff will come up to the car.
Yeah.
But that's nothing like that. If you go abroad and you get to go to South Africa to see a safari, 100% recommend it.
Yeah, it was a really nice experience. And we went for a boat. Our boat was for 2 hours, and we were able to see the hippos and
Like
one
we were
crocodile.
close.
Yeah,
to
we were like
hippos.
really close to the hippos, and we saw one crocodile.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I was just telling my mom this morning about how we got close to a couple of what they considered alpha male, the more aggressive ones
Yeah.
that protect their little family or their little pride, whatever they call it, and like it'll make a guttural noise like.
Yeah.
And then the guy in the boat's like, well, we're just going to start and look at over here. And then we can literally hear that thing following us. This is all you see. It just pops up on top of the water like this.
Yeah, and then what did we do after that? Oh, and then that was on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday my father-in-law had to leave. It was a sad day for him. He didn't want to leave, but he had to go back
I'm telling you, South Africa opened our eyes to the point where like we're renegotiating like what we even want to do here, if it's even worth doing stuff here, because we saw how beautiful South Africa was and we want to put a permanent footprint there.
Yeah, so maybe he will come, and then maybe we'll make a video, like 3 of us, and so you hear from his point of view how he felt about South Africa. So I will ask him if he wanna make a video, we will make one for you guys.
There's actually a little clip of his goodbye from South Africa. He asked us to put in one of the videos.
What's up, everybody? It's Daddy. It's my last day here. It's been an amazing experience. Wonderful. I want to congratulate my son and my daughter on this beautiful occasion. Zulu Nation. But Daddy got to go home. God bless you all. Grandpa, I love you. Dad, I love you. Mom, I love you. Zulu Nation, baby. Zulu Nation.
Yeah, and then after that,
I miss South Africa.
I know, I miss it too. And the more we're talking about it, like I'm just thinking about it, like I really want to go back. And then after that,
well, we rested for a few days, and then what was the next thing? It was like a Friday, I think.
And then the rest of the days, I feel like we were just like spending time with my family.
Oh, hold on, before we continue. On one of those days, we went to a country club, and I was kind of blown to see a country club in another country. I feel like that's a super American thing. I'm not saying that other countries aren't capable of it, but it's one of those things where like, how do you go to South Africa and then country's a genre there? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's such an American thing that you would hear. That's like weird to see it somewhere else. But whoever owns that place, why do you serve bananas with your like dinner plates? I have to know the answer to that. That was the weirdest thing.
So yeah, guys. So the rest of our trip, we were just spending time with my family and just spending time with my siblings. It was sad because I feel like I didn't get to spend much time with them. Most of the time they were going to school.
Those kids have to go to school like 6 days a week. I feel so bad for them.
Only my sister, because she's in 12th grade.
But I feel like kids in general just go to school a lot over there. And like their summer break is not a summer break, it's in a December break. And it's not even as long as we take a break from the end of June, all of July, most of August. And in New York, it's till September.
I mean, we also take break like March. We take a break, I think June, I think September, and then December. Yeah.
What, like 1 week?
Usually 2 weeks.
It's terrible. It's not enough time.
And then in December, it's a little longer. I feel like the whole December you take a break. Yeah, so we were spending more time with my family. But I have to say, like, after not being home for like almost 6 years, as much as this experience was so beautiful, everything was just nice, it was also overwhelming because I haven't been home in such a long time, and now going home, seeing my siblings, it was just really...
She didn't even know how to act.
I didn't know how to act. Yeah, I didn't know how...
Don't start this, Cannon.
Okay. So I was feeling emotional, and I don't even know how to explain it.
I think that you had to play such a tough role over here because you guys were so separated that you had to keep strong on both ends. They didn't want to burden you because they knew that you couldn't come home right away. We had a lot of things to deal with before we were able to even travel. And then on your end, you have that American in you now where like showing your emotions is a crime. So
I mean,
you shouldn't be crying, and you shouldn't show that you care about something here because it's a crime. Not saying that's how you acted, but that's how the culture is here, that crying is a weakness, and it absolutely is not. If you feel a certain way, you should, as a human being, be able to express it however you want to. You're not harming anyone by expressing your momentary pain and not being connected with your family. It was such a long time, but she wanted to be a hard butt and go around like, I don't cry. That's not me. I cried for her.
It's not like I planned it. And you know what? The thing is, before meeting you, there was just a lot of like crazy things happening, and being far from home, you cannot always cry all the time.
No, but
so I had.
You see, she's been here too long.
No, not that I've been. Yes, I've been here for too
It's
long.
not about crying about everything, but come on, you hadn't seen your family in almost 6 years, and you mean to tell me that your same attitude is like, oh, I can't cry. I'm gonna be the tough guy.
It's just like I had to train myself not to be weak. Not that crying
You
is
see,
weak.
it came out of her mouth just now. You see?
No, I don't want you guys to take it the wrong way. Not that crying is being weak, but if you're far from home, where you don't have your family, of course you have to be strong. Otherwise, people are gonna treat you anyhow, and people are gonna take advantage of you. And I had to train myself, like, you cannot cry in front of people. You cannot show people your emotions. People cannot know what you feel or what you think, otherwise they're gonna take advantage of you.
And
so now going
that's something
home,
that I noticed about like being over there versus here. Like that is true with culture here, and it's not a talked about truth. It's just you just know that that's how people are gonna act when you expose certain parts of you in that way.
yeah,
Because instead of people building each other up here, they want to kick you down so they can get ahead of you, and
Yes.
that America can do better on that.
I guess that's where it's coming from. And then now going home and being around my family, I could feel like a lot of emotions, and I didn't know how to, let them out and just feel like it was okay to be emotional in front of my family. Because and that part of me was like, no, you cannot cry. It was still there, and that I feel like me trying to be strong and not feeling like it was okay to cry in front of them, it was also avoiding me to
Connect in an emotional
connect
way.
with my family in a like emotional way, even like with my siblings. And the crazy thing is that I was meeting one of my siblings for the first time, and I just didn't know
Who liked me more, by the way, by the time we left.
so I just didn't know how to connect with them.
I get it to a degree, because it's also something that you have to reteach yourself, because that's not society here. It's different here, and my family's not as big. I'm not saying that they're not as loving, but you won't find that kind of connection here unless you really care about people. Like that's the best way to put it. Imagine the love that you would give like your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, but it's like the normal atmosphere over there. Like we were getting that treatment from the neighbors who knew the neighbors,
Yeah, because I remember even on the day when we arrived there, and my mom, when she came and when she was hugging me and she was crying, and a part of me, I was feeling
I cried with your mom like 3 times
yeah,
over there.
and I was feeling emotional that I wanted to cry, but in my head I was like, oh no, you cannot cry. I don't know why, but I know this wasn't the last time we were going to South Africa. Now we're going to be going more often. I know that this was the first time and it was overwhelming, so I'm just hoping as we keep like visiting them, I'll be able to connect with them and feel like I'm in a safe space. It's okay for me to cry. Oh, now I want to cry. Yeah, so that's it.
Let's go back.
Yeah, okay guys, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you are new here, I even forgot to introduce ourselves because I know there are new people
You
here.
stole. I was gonna say that. I swear I was about to mention that. There was someone in the comments that said, hey, you guys don't introduce yourself in the beginning. Who are you guys?
Yeah, I'm sorry guys, I always think everybody's watching is somebody who knows us already, but if you are new here, my name is Tandiwe and
I'm Sergio.
yes, and we are married, and I'm South African and he's American.
I tell you what though, I know where the mentality of that, like not explaining who you are over and over is, because we know that there's a core of you guys that watch our videos no matter what. If they suck, if they're great, if they trend, if they're not, there's happy side. There's like a group of people who are always there to watch.
Oh yeah.
So it feels like we're talking to those guys, and that's why we don't continuously say who we are. We'll work on that, because I did see in the comments that someone's like, you guys, I love your videos, but who are you? You guys never introduce yourself in your videos.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we're gonna try to introduce ourselves in the beginning
More often.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. As I said, we hope you guys are enjoying this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and we always try to respond to your comments, guys. And I know you guys are very nice. So we enjoy reading them.
I
and
want to
just
do a meet and
responding
greet
to
next
you.
time we go to South Africa. I swear I threw that idea out there.
Yeah, he did mention that. So let us know also, guys, if you would like us to do that, because we can definitely do it. We can definitely do it. So just let us know, and don't forget to subscribe.
Support us if you like us.
Please. Okay, guys. Bye. It's getting dark
Once
now.
you've seen all the things, all the places, I hope it means that you'll come home to me once you've tried.